Hey guys, it's BS Films, and today I'm going to do a review and unboxing of the new Dell XPS 9560. I did a previous review on the HP Omen 2016, link will be in the description, but this is my new computer that I will be doing overall everything like editing and some minor gaming. Just for warning, this is not a cheap computer. It starts off at $1,000, but that model is not very favorable. This model specifically is $2,000. It is not the most expensive Dell XPS because this is a 1080p version and not the 4K version, but everything else is maxed up that will be later explained in this video. To start off, the Dell XPS comes in a pretty standard Dell shipping package, as you can see here. But taking a closer look and opening it up, it comes in a fine little box for the Dell XPS. For such a little laptop, it is such a little case for it, as you would expect. Taking a further look in the box, you get the power cord, and then opening the little box, you see the nice little Dell XPS, and then underneath the Dell XPS, using the lift that is given in the box, you see the manuals. And that is a pretty basic setup for this laptop, but still nice and everything sorted out very neatly. Into the specs of the Dell XPS, this comes with an i7-7700HQ clocked at 2.8 GHz. This specific model comes with 16 GB of RAM, upgradable to 32 GB. It has a dedicated GTX 1050 video card, which is Nvidia's lowest 10 series card, but still packs a punch in minor gaming, and it does run most games at 60 FPS on medium-ish to high settings. More on the video card later, but this model comes with a 512 GB SSD and a 97 watt-hour battery. Now there is a model that has a 56 watt-hour battery or 57, something like that, and I recommend getting the 97 watt-hour battery because it is substantially longer battery life. That's the basics of all the specs, but before I continue with this review, this model is, I bought it for $2,000 because I added on a $300 warranty for a 4-year plan, so this is actually comes in around $1,800 or $1,700 with tax or something like that, so it's close to $2,000. Now on to the design of the laptop. The laptop comes with a very nice trackpad, as you can see, with a line separating the left to the right. It feels really nice with your hand on it, and just everything about it comes very true to the laptop. The keyboard is one of the best keyboards I have seen on a laptop. It's very clicky and just overall really good. The power button is located in the top right corner right there, and then right next to it in the crevice right there is where the fans are located besides the bottom fan, and they don't get too loud. They're pretty quiet even under load. The webcam is placed in a very peculiar place at the bottom of the bezels of this laptop. Kind of looks up your nose, but if you're not going to be too much videoing, then you won't have a problem with that. Now the screen is very nice. It's not the 4K version, but it has the Infinity Edge, and just the 1080p looks just so good. It's also matte instead of reflective like the 4K, but still looks really good. Onto the ports of this laptop, as you can see, there's the AC power, the USB 3.0, HDMI, Thunderbolt 3, with 2 PCIe Express lanes instead of 4, but is still very capable of using the Razer Core or any other graphics amplifier, just with a 5% decrease, and the headphone/microphone jack. Onto the right side of the computer, it comes with an SD card slot, a USB 3.0 with power share, a battery indicator, and the Kensington lock slot. The back and front of the computer have no ports. The long hinges on the laptop are very good, but as you can see, it's kind of hard to open with just one hand. It's not too hard, but just a little bit. The Dell XPS is 0.66 inches at the thickest part and 0.45 inches at the thinnest part. It has a width of 14.06 inches and a depth of 9.2 inches. This specific model is 4.5 pounds with a 97 watt-hour battery, but the 56 watt-hour battery just coming around 4 pounds. On the bottom of the laptop, as you can see, there is the rubbery standoff so you don't rub the metal onto the desk, and then there is the downward fan to bring in as much air as possible, along with this XPS little flap that hides all your information. And then, as you can see, the left corner is one speaker and the right corner is another speaker. The speakers are okay, they're not that great, a little above average, and they don't excel. Everything done with, here's what it would be like gaming on a GTX 1050 notebook version. The first game here is Black Ops 3. It is on 1080p, everything medium to high settings. You can't really tell since this video is recorded in 24 frames per second, but this is on 60 FPS, and I forgot to put a counter on. Next time I will, but just trust me, it's 60 FPS with VSync on. The next game here is a big favorite for testing, and it is GTA 5. Everything is on high to very high setting. MSAA is off because that is a huge FPS killer. And as you can see, it's sped up again, 24 frames per second, but it is running 60 FPS, and sometimes it gets a little below 60 FPS. It rarely drops into the 40s unless you're on mostly very high settings, and it can run it at very high settings, around 50, 55 frames per second, which is absolutely playable. Final game I'll show is Minecraft, and although this is not a hard game to run, it does show how good your computer is because you can put this to the limits, and you can just see the huge amount of frames per second on this without VSync. If you look at the top left corner, you can see the frame rate counter. This brings us to the end of the video of the review for the new Dell XPS 9560. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe, leave a like, and you're always welcome to comment below on what other videos I should make. Check out some of my previous videos. I'm going to try to start uploading more often, so stay tuned, and again, thanks for watching.